Yep. Yep.
What up? Let's do it. Another glorious Monday.
YouTubers are here. It is 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Another day in paradise.
Y'all know what time it is. It's Market Mondays.
We're about to get to it. Hope everybody is healthy out there, surviving, doing well. We're about to bring Ian on in a minute. And we got a lot to talk about today, man. Today was a crazy day, man.
This weekend was crazy, man.
Yeah, stock market, you never know what's going on these days, man. Stock market gets crazier and crazier.
The Don had his meeting. The Don spoke. And when the Don speaks, a lot of things change. So we're going to get into it all.
Yeah.
Appointment TV. I like that.
What is it?
It's at Appointment TV, Market Mondays.
Got to do it.
Got to.
Got to do it. Got to do it. Yeah, so Market Mondays, if anybody's not familiar, if this is your first time, welcome. This is a show that we do every week with Ian Dunlap, one of our most prestigious alumni. And yeah, we cover a broad range of different investment strategies. We go over individual stocks, give different takes, educate. And the best part about it is that it's interactive. So you guys ask questions in real time, and we try to answer as many questions as we possibly can. So yeah.
I know y'all coming with the questions today too.
Yeah.
I can just feel that energy, man. All day it's been like, yo, what's going on? Like I said, the Don spoke, so I know people got a lot of questions. So hopefully once he gets in here, we'll jump on right away and get this thing going. YouTube family, what's going on? We see you. All the Red Panda family that's on YouTube, that's in here, what's up?
Yeah. And once again, shout out to everybody that took advantage of that sale that we had last week for EYLU. Welcome to EYLU to all of the members. We got a jam-packed schedule for you guys. We'll go over that. And yeah, that's going to be crazy. I've never seen anything like this real estate group, like the way that it's grown so fast. It's crazy.
Yo, the real estate group is intense, man. Shout out to everybody. Like I said, we saw y'all on yesterday. That was in the book review, movie club. That was crazy, man. And shout out to Janet. If Janet's in here or not, I'm not sure if she is yet, but shout out to Janet and shout out to Arthur and Rome and everybody that was in there, man. It's super interactive and everybody's learning from each other. And Janet, if you're in a real estate group, if you look at the notes she put from the review, man, I was just like, wow, she got all of that from that hour and a half that we put into that. So shout out to her, man. If you are in the real estate group, go check out the notes that Janet put up about the movie review, and we're gonna release the new one this Wednesday. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, the movie review.
Oh, he was in there.
Yeah, the movie review was crazy, and it was a review of Too Big to Fail, which I went over.
No, Inside Job.
Inside Job. Last week was Too Big to Fail, right?
Yeah, first week was The Big Short. Too Big to Fail was the second weekend, Inside Job. So we treated it like a trilogy, right? So it was like, first was like, all right, here's the movie with the characters. Then it was kind of like a behind the scenes and Too Big to Fail. And then like the Inside Job was like the actual people. So we talked about Alan Greenspan. We talked about Summers and all these guys who played a big part in that collapse. So it was really interactive, man. So we treated it like a trilogy. Then they were like, yo, here's 2 other movies, man. Y'all got to treat it like Star Wars and do the prequel. So definitely, we're going to release that very shortly. Stepped in?
I just saw his name. Yeah, the movie club, book club, all of that, perks of being a member of EYL University in our private real estate group.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ian, raise your hand so I can see you.
Raise your
there
hand.
you go. Got you. There was a lot of people in.
Yeah, man, it's almost 100 people in the Zoom.
Yeah,
man.
I think we might. Did we cap out? Damn.
What's the cap? 100?
Might be. I'm not sure.
We gotta raise that.
We gotta raise the cap. It's getting crazy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you. There he is. Oh, wait, time out. And the computers are in the background. It's gonna be on tonight.
Oh, you funny.
Tonight it's gonna be on because the computer's in the background. The suit is on. It's almost showtime.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all was having some tech issues getting the mic lined up and everything. But how y'all doing?
All right, everything
We
good,
great, man. We great.
How's everything on your end?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Happy to be here. Another good Monday. So we got some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, man, a lot. Shout out to Jordan on the super chat, kicking things off. So, yeah, man, we're gonna talk about a lot of different stuff in the market. I know that you had actually even hit us this weekend, like about some stuff that was going on, and then there was a lot of news today, this morning that was released. The stock market was down heavy, and then it actually ended up like
not too bad.
Pushing up.
Yeah,
it's
crazy. It's great. You know what was crazy? Because like everybody, we talk here. But well, our group chats, it's like, yo, we have these discussions. It's like, all right, we want to talk about it. It's like, yo, let's just save it for Monday.
We gotta save it. Unfortunately,
we gotta save it. Right?
But we gotta announce. We actually got a record right now. Off the bat, we got a record. We got 102 people on the Zoom. That's the first time we've ever broken 100 people on Zoom. Not even counting YouTube. We got 100 people on Zoom right now. And that's all at EYL University. Man, I told you, EYL University, man, I've never seen anything grow this fast with the real estate group and everything we got going. So,
yo, Mark is back already.
Mark is already back with the super chat.
Mark, what's up?
$99 super chat. Oh, man.
Yo, Ian, I'm going to tell you how crazy it is. So, like, as we were doing it, I told y'all, like, maybe 2 minutes ago that we capped at 100.
Yep.
Mike just hit me, said, yo, I upgraded. So now we can hold over 1,000 in there. So, like, now we're up to 110.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's what we talk about when we're doing things live.
EYL, man, we had that sale last week. People thought it's like when you had the Red Panda sale, everybody thinks it's not really going to end until it ends.
They're like, yo, can I get in? I'm like, y'all announced it 25 times. So
exactly,
that's a big fact.
Yeah.
So, Ian, your microphone is in your shot. Just slide it out a little bit.
Oh, you got the professional.
Nah, he ain't playing no more.
You got the fur on it.
That's funny. Full fur. Yeah.
All right, man. So we're gonna jump right into it. We gotta start off the bat with the headlining topic, which is Warren Buffett, Oracle of Omaha, and he announced this weekend he had virtual meeting with the shareholders.
Yeah. Berkshire Hathaway,
their legendary meeting, and he announced to the shareholders that they liquidated all of their positions in airline stocks, every single one of them. Yeah. And obviously that was bad news to those airline companies, and the stocks went down. And he actually sold it at a loss. He sold it for less than he actually purchased it at.
Yeah, 2016 he had purchased it for between 7 and 8 billion. And I think the assets were worth about 4 billion in April. He sold it last month.
Yeah. So the thing about it is that, a lot of people have different views on it. But while he said that he sold it, his reason for selling it was that he miscalculated and he didn't fully realize the severity of how bad these airlines are really screwed in layman terms. Yeah. And the airline industry is not coming back anytime soon. As far as like, if anybody knows airlines, they're operating at 5% capacity, like what they were last year, like 5% flight schedule at what they was at last year. So they're down 95% on their flight patterns year over year. So the airline industry obviously is hurt, like severely hurt, bad. So now he realizes that, it's probably better use of his money to position it somewhere else. Yep. Not to say that the airlines will never come back ever.
He just doesn't see how.
Yeah, it'll just take a longer time, whereas the money can work better. So
and they have a ton of cash, and they are sitting on the side that they're waiting to explore. But a lot of people were confused, and some people were texting us about that. It was like there were certain airlines that he had holdings in. So I'll just list them: Delta, United, Southwest, and American Airlines. He owned at least almost about 10% in each of those, and they sold all shares that they had.
You got to cut your losers.
Yeah. So Southwest, he owns Southwest, and that's currently at $27. That's 53% off of his peak. United's at $25. That's 73% off his peak. American Airlines is $9. That's 74% off his peak. Delta Airlines is $22 and it's 65% off its peak. So you haven't been bullish on airlines for a while. Like you never was bullish on airlines. You said airlines was a no-go weeks ago. Even when airlines was popular, you was one of the people that was saying that airlines is not a good investment right now. So what's your thoughts on Mr. Buffett's decision?
Told you. That's all I'll say. Told you. The good thing, so there's a couple good lessons in it. He cut his losses. So as investors, when we are in a losing position, we got to cut it. And so you have to commend him for taking a haircut on that many shares and coming out and saying, hey, I didn't see it coming. I messed up. I got to cut my losses. So, you guys, I love my analogies. So if the couch is on fire, you can't wait till the entire house is burned down to say, I should have did something about it. He cut it off. Great. Liquidated the entire position. That's good. Number two, I want to say this first. Buffett has way more money than everyone on here combined, right?
Yeah.
But he got in at a bad price. Got in at bad prices. If you go look at the chart, he got in at bad prices. And I'm sure he assumed that this would not happen. And he got caught off guard. When you have that many shares, it's not that easy to liquidate. Like for those of you who are in TD Ameritrade or Robinhood, it's not the same getting rid of all those positions as it is if we get rid of 25 at one time. So take that in consideration. So he did admit it. That's a good sign of a good investor. But anything with the engine in it, I don't want to invest too high. Is there a price to buy Delta? Yes. Is there a price to buy United? Yes. But you got to realize airlines are not coming back for at least 3 years, possibly 5. And if you guys are willing to hold it for 5 years, you're good. But the truth is, most people, and I was telling somebody this over the weekend, I'm like, most people won't do a liquid fast for 7 days. You think you'll be able to hold a bad stock for 5 years until it goes up? You won't. Tech has been run, and the only thing that has been up and keeping the market up has been tech. So I know it sounds like a broken record, but if one of the greatest investors of all time says he had to liquidate because he got it at a bad price, everyone else just stay out until it gets to record lows and then hold it.
No, I agree. And, the thing about airlines is that me personally, I said this before. So weeks ago, when I brought Boeing, I talked about Boeing a lot, but I didn't just buy Boeing that day when I brought Boeing. I brought United Airlines, I brought American Airlines, Delta, and I brought JetBlue, along with other things. But those were airline stocks that I brought. And I think 10 days ago, not last Friday, the Friday before last Friday, when you told me, because you actually told me that Warren Buffett sold Delta before this news came out. Yep. You told me that he sold Delta. And when you told me that, I sold all of my my airline stocks except for Boeing. I sold everything else except for Boeing. And when I said that on Instagram Live, and I got some feedback, I got some pushback from it.
People talk crazy to us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people were saying you shouldn't make a decision based over somebody else, and that's not why he sold it and stuff like that. And
he's repositioning and.
Yeah. And sometimes it's sometimes we're too smart for our own good, right? It's we try to be no, he only sold it because he had to liquidate shares for the share. No, he didn't. He sold it because he wasn't confident in the companies and he thought his money could work. Not to say that, of course, airlines are going to come back eventually. People have to fly again eventually.
Yes.
But if the chart's going like this for 3 years and you could potentially earn more money when it stock going like that,
elsewhere, yes.
It's probably not the best idea to tie money up in something that has no real viability anytime soon. They're in tremendous amount of debt. They already got a bailout. They're going to need another round of bailouts. They probably need 3 bailouts before this whole thing is over. Yeah. Consumer confidence is extremely low. They're operating at 5% what they were last year. I mean, it just doesn't look good.
Yeah. Let me just say this too.
Yeah, I was going to say the bailout situation is crazy because they've released the $25 billion, but it's kind of a dilemma, right? In order to get the funds, you have to you can't lay off your staff and you have to not reduce the pay for most of them, right? Yeah. The problem is they can't, so you have to do that till September 30th. Some of these airlines, if they don't get another bailout very soon, they're not making it to September 30th. So if they do fire people, then they won't get the loan. So it's how do you win in this dilemma unless, like Shadi just said, that you get another bailout?
And then people are working from home more, and I know some of us are doing well. When you guys are asking about airline stocks, remember, most people have no money. None. Let's talk about our community, the Black community. We didn't have enough for an emergency beforehand. Now we're in the worst crisis probably since the Great Depression. Most people don't have 500 or 1,000 saved up to go anywhere. So and business owners aren't flying anywhere. So where's the profit going to come from? It's not going to come. So like, it's a drought.
Drought. Like this is the
I don't know how else to explain it. Like, or an analogy, like I said, if LeBron breaks his leg and he's out for 3 years, LA is not going to the finals. I don't care who they get; they're not going. It's the same thing. Like, we are beyond repair in some parts of the economy. Point blank. I'm not trying to be sensational, but some of these companies are not going to come back, and they're not going to be good investments for a long time.
No, I agree, and it's interesting to see it play out. And for people that are interested in like Warren, because they said some people said like, what else does he have? So his top holdings is Apple. Apple's the top holding that Berkshire Hathaway has by a long shot.
Yeah.
And then Bank of America, Coca-Cola, American Express, which is a company that I own. I talked about that. Wells Fargo, U.S. Bancorp, J.P. Morgan Chase, Moody's. He owned Delta. They got rid of that. Yeah. Bank of NY Mellon, Goldman Sachs, yep. Charter Communications, Southwest. They got rid of that. United. They got rid of that, and Visa. So those airlines was actually like some of his top holdings.
Top holdings, yeah.
It wasn't even like there was like a small percentage of his Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio. They were like in the top 15.
Yeah, and that's what I'll tell you guys, when you guys are having a losing trade, you can't tie your emotion to it. If you're losing, you got to get rid of it. You have to cut it and just say, I got another bet. Even when he had VOO, like he got in that VOO too high. He didn't think the market was going to downturn. No one thought it was going to be that bad, but even from him, we don't want to take a haircut like that, but mark off, and this is a tip for everyone watching, mark off where you want to get in before you actually buy. Don't just like, well, my cousin told me at the barbershop, y'all are legally going to in Atlanta. Man, this is a good one to invest in because, man, ain't no way in hell Airline's going to go out, and then you lose. And if I had a bunch of people this weekend hit me like, man, what am I going to do? I know you told me for 3 weeks not to invest. I'm like, lesson number one, like, this is when you get your ass whipped in the market. You learn. Like, these lessons and losses will make you be a disciplined investor. And we've all done it. We've all bought something too high, too late. We got a tip and it didn't work out, but airlines are not a viable industry for a long time. If you can hold it 5 years, you're golden. But until then, this next year and a half is going to be rocky.
You know, one of the interesting quotes that he said is that, you know, they had, at the end of March, they had over 137 billion in cash, right? But he said that they haven't invested anything. There's nothing that's too attractive. Is that like a sign that we should be looking into as the average investor, or like that's?
I've been saying the same thing. It's not the only thing that's good out there is tech.
Okay.
That's it. If okay, think of it like your portfolio as a label, and you got Kendrick and a whole bunch of littles after that. Like, shout out to the littles too. Like, you have a couple stars in your portfolio that are going to produce, and the rest of them are losses. So everyone who would kill me for saying, well, 4 investments is a bad thing, look pretty damn genius now. Because everything else is bleeding. Like, go through any investor that you look at, any hedge fund manager, they're having to dig deeper to find gains in the market. So it's just a telling sign there's not a lot of good things, because everything is tied to us spending our money with them in order to go up. There's not many companies that we're spending with right now.
Just a quick reminder, EYO University, if you have questions, please raise your hand and ask it in the Zoom. That's why you guys have the Zoom access. Enron23136, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. But yeah, if you got a question on EYL University, please raise your hand so we call. But I want to talk about something. So you said something that was very key. It's important for people not to have an emotional attachment to investments. This is extremely, extremely important for people to understand. Yeah. And it sounds a lot easier than it actually is. Because when you make an investment, you automatically, you don't want to feel like you failed or you're stupid, right? Or you didn't, like, so you make excuses and you actually fall in love. Like, you can actually get an emotional attachment to an investment, to a company. Mm-hmm. It happens all the time. Like, you like, no, I'm not going to sell this. You feel like it's your baby. Like, you spend so much time researching, and you know the CFO and the COO and all of this stuff, and you read all these reports about the company, and it's like you feel like you created the company yourself.
No,
like
I'm guilty.
So can you talk about that? How you never fall in love with any of these companies?
You can't. Like I said it before, you got to treat the companies how LeBron treats his teammates. When they're good, keep them. You celebrate. You pop champagne together when you win. When they fall off and they do the J.R. Smith and run the ball back the opposite way.
What are you doing?
JR.
What are you doing?
Because JR like is a lot more intelligent than people give him credit for, and a hell of a
JR. We just wasn't sure what direction he was going in. But.
Yeah, before the game. But same thing, you have to let the company go. So like, and I said it here: if Apple goes to hell, I'll be the first to be like, it's over with. Their run is done, because you then have to replace that staple with something else, and it may be Tesla, it may be mRNA, it may be AMD, who knows, but you have to replace that player. So like if it draws down under 10 or 20%, you got to cut it and just be like, hey, it's not performing, and not say, well, it's going to come back, it's going to come back. If the sales aren't strong, if the debt is too high, if the company is not continuously hitting all-time highs, let it go. You got to find you another star player to attach yourself to.
Speaking of Tesla, man, what are your thoughts on the comments that the famous CEO made, man? That was crazy. He's like, yo, the stock price is too high. I've never seen anything like that. He literally said, my company is worth too much right now.
Truth be told, he was honest.
Right.
I told everybody in the stock club, when they was asking me above 750, I'm like, it's too high. If you can read the chart, and Elon like plays dumb, but he's not. Like, he's been in the valley since 98. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing.
I was just like the tweets themselves. I'm like, yo, is this Elon being him, like being Elon again? And people just because the stock went down to 700 today, went back up to 740.
But then even when it went to 9, I told people then it's too high. Like Tesla stock club members, when to buy, but everyone's like, well, man, it's at 700. It's never going to come down. It always comes down. It's going to come down into a range in which you want to buy, and then it'll go back up to 700, and then everything will be good. But was it the SEC is going to be on his ass about it? But,
right.
Yeah,
they were saying, is this illegal to do?
It was honest. It was it immoral? No, but it was illicit. He probably shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have done it. Who knows what he was going through? But it's like this time being an entrepreneur is stressful. That's what a lot of people aren't saying. Like, he's a human being managing a multi-billion-dollar company and raising a family at the same time. Who knows what pressure he may be, and that may be how he let off steam. And Tesla's a volatile company anyway, so they were going to come down anyway to that $500, $600 range.
All right.
Shout out to Tyron on the super chat. Shout out to Chef T with the highest super chat that we've received so far, $109.99.
That's
Appreciate
crazy.
you.
That's crazy. Yo, earners are gonna kill me. They got a lot of questions. Lamont, you are unmuted.
And he's an EYLU member too. Shout out to him.
Hey, what's going on, Ian?
What's going on? How are you?
All right. I'm part of the Red Panda Stock Club, so
shout out to the Red Panda
family. I appreciate you.
Question about the index fund. I'm currently in VOO, and I'm holding that, buying shares every month. How do you feel about SPY as far as when to get in? What's a good time to get in?
I can't tell you on here because it's a secret society, but if you send me a telegram, I can tell you the price to get in. But indexes overall will go up in about 18 months. You'll be happy in 18 months when you do have them. If you have cash on hand, so like if you aren't in an emergency and the money isn't going to like take food out of your mouth, you're good. Continue to hold them and you'll be fine.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. SPY is good though. They're all the same. VOO, VTI, SPY, they're all tied to the S&P 500.
Nicole, we're opening the doors up for you. Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted.
Nicole, what's going on?
These next 8 weeks will be rough in the market though. I will say that.
Nicole, you there?
Oh,
Nathan, what's going on? We coming to you.
Yeah, we got a lot of callers. Unmute yourself when you what's up, Nathan?
Can y'all hear me?
We hear you perfect, man.
Yeah, you, bro.
Fellas, what's going on? Most prestigious earner.
It's my
God,
God, man.
God, man.
Shout out to the DMV.
Yeah, DC, what up?
PG County.
Definitely, man. Good to see y'all, man. My question, what's a good number to buy the airline stocks if you could hold out for them couple years? What's a good number on them? And but then we was talking about Tesla, so I got some Tesla stock, but what's a good number to double up? To cop some more.
You know what? I'll let you answer that in but me, this is just my own personal opinion. I'm actually tempted to buy United for a long-term hold because United's at 73% off its peak. American's at 74% off its peak. American's $9 right now. I don't necessarily see it getting too much lower. Like I think if you plan on holding it for 5-10 years, I mean it's probably a good price to buy it at now. I don't see like it's already 75%.
It goes any lower
discount.
There won't be a company.
Yeah, I mean if hypothetically if somebody was to buy it, I don't see how waiting is beneficial at this point, right? It's like what's on that
but the truth is people are trying to get advice on it today to treat it like a trade.
Yeah.
No one's really trying to hold it. Like I invest for a living and trade for a living. Y'all can't finesse me out of like you trying to get the play to hold it for the 3 months. Not saying you are, but most people when they message me about airlines, they want to get in at a good price and get out. United, the price I'll give you $12.60 is a good price to get United if you're gonna hold it for 5 years, and then at 80 I would take profit.
So you think United's going to drop lower? 12. That's really low. That's really low. 12.
What revenue's coming in?
None. No revenue. The government's their revenue.
That's it.
Yep.
Two more bailouts coming in. That's what's coming in.
Government bailouts their revenue.
Nathan, we appreciate you, bro.
For sure. Salute.
Appreciate you, family.
Norma, we coming to you. What's going on, Norma? Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you. Perfect.
Norma, how are you?
Hi, thanks, guys. It's great to be a part of this forum. So I'm also a part of the Red Panda.
I appreciate
stock
you.
clubs. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. So I'm brand new to investing outside of having a 401k. So I haven't actually started yet. I have I do have Vanguard and I'll probably invest through Vanguard and maybe Fidelity. But here's my question that I'm not really understanding. I don't understand when we know what price to get in on the stock, and then when we want to dollar cost average and add in maybe, every paycheck or every month or what have you. What I don't understand is we're putting money in, but we're not actually purchasing the stock until it hits a certain point. So does that mean the money that I'm contributing, is it being held until I say, okay, I want to now buy more?
Good. Very good question. A few people have asked me. So the retirement picks, please don't say them on here because I'm sure quite a few people are going to watch this on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube subscribers. The retirement picks, I want you to buy them first at that low price that I gave you. Right. And then buy every month. The all-star picks, I want you guys to wait for those specific prices. Because if you buy those 4 in the retirement package, you guys will kill. Like today, everything in the retirement portfolio section was up today. The all-star picks, I want you to be very careful because those are more volatile. So I want you to wait for those spots. But if you pile your money every month into those 4, you will be very happy. You'll be very
logistically, when you're piling your money into it, is it being held until I say, okay, now I want to buy them? Is it being held by the brokerage houses? I guess is the question.
Yes, the money will be in your brokerage. So every single month, I want you to buy those 4. If you can't do all 4, that's fine. Do 2. The all-star picks, I want you to wait until it gets to those prices and then buy heavier.
Okay, and then thank you for that. And then I just have, I believe, one more question. And so I wasn't able to join you in the morning. And so are you going to upload that conversation on your site, or how does that work when you don't get to be a part of the morning?
Yeah, when we do the monthly calls, I'm going to upload them and then the prices that I want you to get in. So you guys have been asking too. So what if happens if we don't get to that price in April and May comes? Every month I'll update the prices of where I want you to get in. So you don't have to, that's why I'll put those in the membership site as well.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Norma.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Ian, them 9:30 calls on Monday, man. They jumping off, huh?
They're doing all right, man.
Chris Lapp, what's going on? Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. The floor is yours.
Yo, what up, fam? 914. Ian, what's good?
Oh, wait, what part, bro?
That Chris
Lattimore?
No doubt. What up?
The legend himself?
That's right.
Say it ain't so.
Come on.
Come on, man.
You never know who's going to call in these things.
That's
man.
a real legend right there.
You never know who's going to call in.
You know, I'm a Earn Your Leisure member. I'm a Red Panda member. See?
Family.
You never know. know. See, Ian, you never know. You never know.
My guy, how you doing?
You got introduce
Bless, man. How y'all doing, man? So I have like kind of more of a theoretical question with because I have my oldest son is a freshman at Howard, and his life has dramatically changed this last semester of school, obviously taking classes online, Zoom, blah, 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 blah. I just wanted to ask Ian, like, if we look at this whole educational system and all the things that are going to change from this pandemic moment, because, for instance, the question is, will the shorties go back to school in August, conceptually, right? Will they not? How far will we be going with the social distancing? And I'm not asking you all that, but I'm asking you all, is there any tech stocks besides the big elephant in the room, Zoom? Is there any other stocks, or can you just kind of expound on how, this change in education at a college level is going to affect the market and where the benefits are?
Other than the big boy Zoom, Microsoft, Apple, you should probably take a look at Salesforce.
That's what I was gonna say.
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Facebook just announced that they're gonna do video conferencing free up to 100 people.
I think 50 people.
50 people.
One thing, like we said, I think we said this last week. When Facebook comes into a space, they don't come to compete; they come to conquer. So seeing them do that and knowing that they have over 2 billion users, I would be very mindful of them when they come in that education space.
And then also, them, and keep your eyes on Salesforce, because if the distancing thing, and this is the thing I need you guys to see, when things like this happen, tech is going to be the first to innovate because they have all the resources. They know the code, they know how to put teams together, they know how to assemble all the assets needed. Salesforce probably has struck a couple of deals with some universities to put that in play at scale, but Facebook and Salesforce together, you should definitely take a look at.
All good. Appreciate you.
And we saw you on that Stephon Marbury. It was crazy. I was scrolling through Instagram and I see you on the commercial.
You and Clark Kent.
Yeah, you and Clark Kent talking about Stephon Marbury, man. So
we 914, we the quiet storm, man. I ain't never been loud about a lot of things. That's why y'all probably ain't even know I was an Academy member. And Ian knows I'm down with Red Pandas. You know what I'm saying? That's my man, good people.
That's love, man.
Yeah,
Matt, always love, bro.
Love. I got Drew.
Sabrina, we are coming to you. Yo, the chat is going crazy right now. We coming to everybody that has their hand. Trust me, we're gonna get to everybody. We're not getting off until we get all your questions. Sabrina, what's up?
Yeah,
BX, what up?
BX, bro.
What up, though?
I owe you an email too.
Yes, sir. Don't make me go find you now in Texas or wherever you are.
Ian, don't think I'm brand new.
Now you don't want them eating wall problems, Ian.
No, I don't want them at all.
My man. All right, cool. So, question. So I'm trying to dig deeper. I was on my Ameritrade account today, and I was looking at some of the reports on the side. And the weirdest thing to me was, like, certain companies like Chipotle, Amazon, they have like this report called New Constructs, and it's a few other ones. And it was saying that we recommend investors to avoid Amazon, to avoid Chipotle. Like the stocks that we think that we should be buying, they're suggesting people not to get it. Like Apple, they said yes to, and like a few other ones that I was going down my list. But can you give me a little insight? Like, should we pay attention to those reports more or less? When looking to invest in certain companies?
At that time, because Chipotle at 875 is too high. Because all-time high is 940.28. That's too high. We got to wait till it comes back to like 650, 700. That's too high right now. Overall, the company, Chipotle is amazing as a company. Amazon is as well. Amazon is too high. Tesla's was too high. But I'm glad that you were going through and digging and looking at those reports. Send me a note. I'm gonna show you how to analyze too real quick, so you won't have to worry about that, since I was slow on the email this week while I was recharging.
No, I know you got a lot going on, because it was just weird to me, because like they'll give you the explanation underneath, right? And it's like it's an unattractive rating because the stock has more downside risk than upside, and I'm just like,
I think, not to cut you off, Ian, but especially like a stock, whenever a stock hits its all-time high, it's like the odds are that it's going to pull back. Not to say that Amazon's a bad company or Chipotle's a bad company.
That's just too high.
Long term, there's still, you could buy it right now, and there's still, if you hold it for 10 years, you're going to make money. 5 years, you're going to make money. but they looking at it from a standpoint where, as of right now, today, if a stock just hit its all-time high, it's never a good time to buy that. I mean, theoretically, it can even go higher, but odds are, like if we play like an odds game, you have a greater chance of you buying it at that level and then it's going to go down and then go back up, as opposed to buying it at that level and it's going to keep going up. Right, Ian?
Yeah, and think of it like a house. If a house is selling for New York at 940,000, you don't want to buy it for 875,000 if you can get it for 650.
Got you.
Same thing here. Like it's just too close to the highs. We'll wait for some more bad news to come out, then grab it at a good price. And same thing with Amazon. Like that's why everyone, when I told you guys to get into Amazon, it was at a certain price. And then when it started pushing higher, I'm like, don't buy anymore. Wait for it to come back. Same thing. Same exact premise.
I'm gonna keep looking around. So they got a lot of good information in here. I just want to make sure, you know, yeah. So I'm just digging into that. Appreciate you. Thank you. I'll be waiting.
Thank you for doing the work too.
Before we appreciate you, Sabrina. Before we go to next question, once again, YouTube, we're gonna try to answer your questions, but we have to give the first rights to our EYL University fam. It's not too late to join EYL University. It's still a discount, even though it's not on a sale right now. It's still a sale. No, yeah, we're gonna put the information in here. The information's on the website, EYLUniversity.com. It's over 50 webinars already.
Yeah.
That's not even including the private Facebook real estate group,
Easy.
Zoom access weekly. So it's like it's impossible to not get your money's worth, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yo, shout out to Giovanni on YouTube though. Shout out to Giovanni. I'm watching. They're like, yo, man, what's up with all these likes? Y'all gotta like the videos, man. These brothers is delivering great content. So we see that. Shout out to you. Nicole, you ready now?
Nicole.
I'm here. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
you're perfect.
Nicole, how are you?
Yes, I'm good. Red Panda member. I'm so excited.
Thank you, Panda.
So I'm a flight attendant, and for 5 years, I've been investing 5% every paycheck, right? I wasn't really active in paying attention to my Fidelity account, but now that I'm involved, I see that it's dropped, obviously. You're saying, let me just understand that if I'm willing to hold for the next 5 years, then that's okay. Or I sell and use that money to reinvest in stuff like the retirement stocks that you're suggesting.
Yes. You mind saying what airline, or will it cause a conflict at work? Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. Just send me a note in here in Zoom, and then I'll tell me what price you got in, what's the average price for every investment that you made with the company, and I'll tell you if you should keep it or if you should get rid of it.
Okay, let me look over my Fidelity account, see because it was invested like maybe every quarter or twice a year. I'm not too sure.
For how many years?
5 years.
Okay, let me look.
I'm willing to wait because I haven't looked at it like that for 5 years. So, but if I can use that money to invest now, then I'm willing.
Yeah. I would liquidate some and take some of that money and put it into the retirement picks, but I wouldn't liquidate the entire position, especially if you can hold it for a 5-year period. Because most of them are for my technical traders, most of all the airline stocks are underneath the 50% retracement over a long-term chart. It's like hovering underneath 38.2. It should go back to the 61.8 in about 1.5 to 2 years. So if you can hold out, you'll be fine. But these next 18 months are going to be tough.
I'm good. I can hold.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You, Nicole.
Blessing. Shout out to all the YouTube. Your YouTube comments be so crazy, man.
Yeah, we see them all.
I read every single comment, man. YouTube comments is so crazy, man.
LeVar, what's going on? We coming to you, bro.
Can y'all hear me?
We hear you perfectly.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going on? How you doing?
Man. Happy to be here with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's my first time getting through, man. I'm happy I signed up last week and caught that sale before I went out.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
So I had a question. So I've been looking at this stock that it's a crude oil stock. I know Ian was saying to stay away from them, but it was it floated around between 400 and 600 for like the last 5 years, and then the pandemic hit, and now it's down to like $14 a share. So
I'm talking about UCO.
Excuse me.
Are you talking about UCO?
Yes. So you know, I'm looking at it. I'm like, even if it bounces back, like it got to bounce back a little bit at some point. Even if it gets back to $100, I'm still looking at it 7 times my investment. I was just wondering if you guys think that is a good move, or should I concentrate, put my money somewhere else?
That's interesting, man. You want me to give you the truth?
Yeah, of course.
Either it's going to bounce to 500 or it's going to go to 0. There's no in between. There's no in between. So based on that, it depends. If you want to invest in it, if you catch it at 12, 14, and you can ride it and weather the storm, the bounce to the upside can be incredible. You also have to worry about if it dropped from 24.89 in 2015 to now being at a low of 11, it could go to 0. It could go to 0. But you'll be a legend if you catch it at 12. So I wouldn't put all of your money into it. I personally wouldn't touch it because that's too much risk for me. And it's more of a hope kind of play. But if you can catch it, like, and for my traders, it'll be a good trade if you can catch it. It'd be a great trade if you can catch it. Like today, it ran up from 13 to 15 in after hours.
Yes, sir.
It's hella volatile. Hella volatile. It's either going to go to 0 or go to 500. So I wouldn't put more than 10% of your money into it.
All right. I got one quick question. The Red Pandas and the Academy, how do I get in those? Because I need some of this exclusive access.
You actually are in it right now for us.
First of all, how to join the Red Panda Stock Club?
Yeah, because I keep hearing about these different stock clubs and Ian's like,
Ian,
okay.
Ian, you want to tell them about how to tell everybody? Actually, I'm glad you said that, because
you go to you guys can drop the link, but you can go to joinredpanda.com and sign up for either Stock Market Club or Apex One. But I don't want you to gamble. I don't want you to gamble. But if you learn how to short-term invest, you can make the same kind of money.
Close it.
And be okay. But be careful on UCO. But yeah, you guys can go to Join Red Panda.
I'll put the link in, and yeah.
Appreciate you, LeVar.
That sale went
Thank
crazy.
you, guys. I appreciate it.
If there's ever another sale, take advantage of it.
Guys got to take advantage of it.
It's never a guarantee. It's never a guarantee.
Yeah.
Somebody had a question on you.
Yeah, let's go YouTube.
Well, shout out to Franklin. He said, "I need your help. I joined 21st." Email. I'm not sure what the help is, but just write it in the comment section, I guess, if you have. I'm not sure what kind of help you're referring to, but shout out to all the Red Panda members in the building. Shout out to EYL University members in the building. Shout out to the fact that we hit over 1,000 views for the 3rd consecutive week in a row.
Shout out to the fact that we broke our record in our EYL University members. There's 153 people in here.
Yeah, 153 people on the EYL University side. Those are the people that you see us talking to on Zoom. It's a whole community that we're building with EYL University. So we're thankful for everybody. We got Assets Over Liability shirt is available on our website, earnyourleisure.com. Appreciate it. We got another question?
We got a bunch of them. Let's go. Dawn, we coming to you. What's going on, Dawn? Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you perfect.
We can.
Awesome. Rashad, I asked you this in the group about HSA, like using my HSA to fund my stock investment. I think with my employer, I can put $7,000 in the HSA. And so I just wanted to understand a little bit what your thoughts were on it, and is that a good plan?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Actually, I was prepared to answer that question. So
we did some research on that.
I was prepared to answer that question.
Thanks, Dawn.
Thank you for asking that. HSA, health savings account. If anybody's not familiar, it's pretty much it's an avenue. It's a pre-tax avenue. It's kind of like how the 401k is pre-tax, comes out pre-tax. So if you save money on taxes, it allows you to put money away into a fund, and it's for your like medical expenses. So like a lot of times you might have a high deductible medical plan, like I do. I have a high deductible medical plan because I don't really go to the hospital that much, or I never go to the doctor, anything like that. But if I do go to the doctor or the hospital, I got to pay a large deduction because it's a lot of money that comes out deductible. It's a lot of money that comes out. So the HSA is kind of like to offset that and offset any other medical cost. So the thing with the HSA is that a lot of times people don't fully understand that you can actually invest the HSA a lot of times, like the same way how 401k is invested, like the similar investment options. Like they have target date funds, large cap, mid cap, small cap. But the benefit of the HSA is that you can put it in addition to your 401k and to your IRA. So the limit is $7,100 for a family and $3,550 for an individual person. But if you take it out, so the thing is that
that's what I was getting to.
The thing about it is that so it's pre-tax, right? So you save money on taxes, but you have to use it for medical expenses. If you use it for medical expenses, you don't pay any taxes on it.
Right.
If you use it for anything other than medical expenses, you pay state, federal, and 10% penalty.
Yeah.
So it's like the 401k. Yeah. But if you wait to 65, like let's say you have $100,000 in your HSA and you never used it, or you haven't used that much, at the age 65, you can take the money out without a 10% penalty. So now it becomes like another IRA. So now it's like another investment strategy that you can actually use where you save money on taxes today. And if you need it for medical expenses, because now we're seeing with COVID and all this stuff, there's always money that's needed for medical expenses. So now it's there for your medical play, but it's not like a use it or lose it situation, because if you don't use it for your medical play, then you can actually access it at the age of 65 without paying a 10% penalty.
Yeah.
So that's like my 5-minute rundown on it from my perspective. I think that the HSA is good, especially if you're looking for other ways to save money on your taxes, and you're looking for other ways to to have money for medical expenses. We got to plan for medical expenses. That's part of financial planning. The HSA, but if you are going to put money in the HSA, I would recommend to invest it, because I think like 95% of the people that have money in HSAs are not invested. It's just like in a savings, like it's in a savings, like the fixed money market. Yeah. But you can actually invest it. Not a lot of people are familiar with that. I know about that. So if you're going to put money in the HSA, you might as well invest it so the money can grow. And if you don't need it down the line, you can always use it.
That was a lot. Dawn, Dawn is mute. Hold on, Dawn. We're coming back to you. Dawn, is that cleared up for you?
Yeah, that's clear. Thank you, Rashad. That was me. I was putting money into it, and even my company actually puts a certain portion in for me, but I didn't even realize that I could be investing it. So I appreciate that. Now that I know that, I'm gonna make that money work.
And like I said, the investments are very similar to how 401k is invested, where you can have like target date funds, large cap. You can ask your HR person your investment options with the HSA, and they'll be able to show you on a website, and they'll be able to give you the different options. But yeah, not a lot of people are too familiar with that. So I'm glad that you asked that question, because
that's crazy.
I haven't really heard anybody talking about that before.
Sweet, thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh man, who we coming to? David, we coming to you, David. Unmute yourself.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's good, man?
Everything good.
Good.
Hey, so my question is, Ian, how do you feel about REITs right now? In particular, I'm looking at DLR, and I think the other one is AMC. Both of them just as REITs that hold storage for all the big, tech companies and stuff like that. I just wanted to know if it'd be a good time to buy into them right now, because DLR is close to their high, and I think AMT is close, but they're not as close as DLR is.
Man, you've been in your research bag. DLR, sleeper, too high, but amazing company. The first good pullback you get, hold it. Definite buy. And AMT, love. Let me go check. Too high is close to the 89 retracement, but yeah, I'll wait for it to drop back and get it and go heavy.
Oh,
heavy.
One last thing, because all my investments is long-term outlook. So like I've been on that Buffett wave, like he the one who got me hit. Like I saw everything you saying, I completely agree with. The one last question I had was when I got started out, I took a position in the Under Armour, right? Mm-hmm. And then that was like right before they fell off. And like, of course, like I'm looking long term. So I'm like, they got good product. Like the underlying product is good. The management like iffy right now, but and they got like a good they got good athletes to like represent the product, but they're not doing what they should. And they dragging right now, and like part of me want double down and get like way more, because I know they could, jump up. Then the other part of me telling me like, just cut your losses, jump into Nike, you know, because people love Nike, and then I would be getting a dividend on it too. So
Under Armour's in trouble. That's just my
Under Armour's been downward facing for a long time. Like you said, there's some good pieces to the management. I would compare them to, man, I can just be to like the G League. Nike's the NBA.
So at some point they're gonna get swallowed up.
It's not good. The product is great. The issue is management, and then there's a couple other like issues, the underlying issues that they're having, and then they've been falling for a long time. I don't see them. They may bounce back up to 15 or 20. I'm looking at the chart now, but to fall from 46 and to be at 871, it's not gonna go. It's not gonna. You'll be better off a Nike. But the other two you picked, home runs, man.
Oh, I bet. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got positions in DLR already. But thank you, y'all.
Yeah, you're welcome. DLR is amazing.
Yeah, I actually did some research on Under Armour, and I found out that they took a crazy loan of like $500 million, something like that, almost $1 billion loan. And this is before Corona. So Under Armour, I don't like Under Armour. Let's shout out the super chats. Giovanni, appreciate you. He said, appreciate Ian, appreciate you, Rashad and Troy. Shout out to the most fire podcast on the market. Shout out to Enron.
Get these numbers right.
23136. He said EYLU is a vessel for the culture. Ian is the truth. Red Panda family is the movement. I
told you we won't stop. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
One love
for y'all.
Puff Daddy vibes. For sure.
Jeffrey, what's up? We unmute yourself. We coming to you, bro.
What's going on, guys?
Everything good, Jeffrey.
I'm part of the Red Panda Stock Club, guys. So, Ian, I got a question for you real quick. Since, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
A little noise in the background. Kind of noise in the background, but we hear you.
Since this stock pick that you gave me with Panda Stock Club, they have been trading at a high right now. So, what do you think about buying the stock from M1 every month instead of buying the single stocks every month?
I couldn't hear you. Can you say it again?
I think you said, what do you think about buying stocks every month?
I heard. That's all I heard.
If that's what you're saying, the retirement picks, yes. All-star picks, only 2 of them I will buy every single month. Send me a message on Telegram. As soon as we're done on here, I'll tell you which 2 out the all-stars to buy every single month. You'll be good.
Appreciate you, Jeffrey.
Yeah, it's kind of noisy in the background, but appreciate you.
Yeah. I saw on YouTube, Andy was asking about how do you tell the real trend of a stock? It is a gem that cost me a lot of time and a lot of money. Please go to that 5-year month first. Day traders, go to the 5-year month first. You're going to get chopped up looking at that 5-minute. Go to the 5-year month first, and every stock anyone talks about, look at the 5-year first. Go pull up Under Armour. Everybody on YouTube, and then you'll see why we're no on Under Armour.
Shikana, you there?
You'll see why.
I'm here.
What's going on? The floor is yours.
Well, first, Shikana, thank you for being a member of EY. How long have you been a member of EYL University?
Maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think when you first put the sale on, that's when I jumped in.
Okay. Have you got a chance to check out the past videos or movie club yet?
Oh, I haven't checked out the movie club, but definitely the past videos I have.
How you like the videos?
Oh, they're excellent.
Excellent.
Appreciate
that. Appreciate your support. Thank you. So yes, what's your question?
So I actually have 4 questions. So I'm gonna try to make them really fast.
Jeez, oh boy, sheesh.
Okay. But okay, so I transferred I'm in the process of transferring some of my stock picks or whatever from Robinhood to Schwab. But I mean, there's like an overload of information on the platform. I was reading an article and one columnist, or if you will, said something about it's the last chance to sell before the crash. Like they're expecting this prolonged crash, the Great Depression, and now is the time to sell your stocks. Like they just advise that you sell stocks and get cash because cash is queen.
Cash is queen.
So
I like that.
I don't know whether or not that's good advice. I mean, Ian, I'm definitely also in the stock club, and so you're advising to buy stock. So I guess I was a little thrown off by their comments in the article. I haven't read more than one that said that you should stock up on cash now versus buying more stocks. So that's one question. The other question is, there was another article about the Treasury Department planning to borrow trillions more over the next few months. So I guess just a general question, what does that do to the value of the dollar, and where are they borrowing the money from? I guess that's just like a general money question that I'm just not aware of. And the third question, so I bought Delta, but like I said, I'm new to investing. I only bought like 4 stocks, so it's not a huge deal. But when I bought it, it was $34. Now it's $22. I know everyone is saying to sell airline stocks, but so how does that work? If you bought at 34, but now it's 22, do you just lose all of the money that you put into the
You will
stock?
lose. Yep. But you spent more on shoes and bags before, so it's okay.
I think
You're
Warren Buffett brought it at, what Warren Buffett brought it at? 40? He brought it higher than that.
Yeah, he bought it higher.
He brought like 40.
But they're not going to come after me for the rest of it, right? So whatever the difference between 34 and 22, that $12 or what have you, they're not going to deduct that from my account.
No, you already lost the money if you
already lost.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the fourth question, the retirement picks that you gave us and the prices that you gave us to get in at, like tech is going up. So the prices that you gave us are too low because tech is continually going up. So when do you, and I know at some point it'll come back down, but when do you actually get in?
I know a lot of you guys are asking. So if you haven't made your initial purchase, wait for the price that I gave you.
Okay.
If you've already made your initial purchase, for everyone else, continue to add every single month, because you guys are looking in your portfolio and seeing that they're performing well. Now, a lot of people are asking questions about the value of the dollar. The dollar has been invaluable since we came off the gold standard. Nevertheless, everybody still goes to work for the dollar. Don't worry about that. Question number one, should you go all cash? You should get rid of every bad stock that you guys have, absolutely, because they're going to get drugged down a lot lower than where they are now. So I've been saying the same thing for weeks. Certain sectors are going to get killed. All retail is going to get affected, high end and low end, all automotive, all airline stocks, all travel, going to be decimated for a while. Stay away. So if you have those in your portfolio, sell, take profit, or take the losses, go to cash, and then wait for other opportunities to buy companies that will be of tremendous value. And leave
okay.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Real quick, Ian, and the last week we kind of spoke about earnings. So I know we got some big earnings that are coming out this week. So I'm just going to tell everybody, the audience on YouTube, on our earnings, what is coming out this week, because there's some big companies. I'm going to start right at the first one. Disney's earnings will be reported tomorrow. Wednesday, we have Shopify, PayPal, Square. And on Thursday, we have Roku, Uber, and Monderas, which we spoke about on our episode. Yeah. And another big one on tomorrow is Beyond Meat. And with that Tyson factory situation going on, Beyond Meat and plant-based foods, it'd be interested to see where they're headed. So those are the earnings. I'll say it again before we go out, but those are the big top 10 that I had, or top 8 that I have for the earnings that are going to be reported this week.
Hold on, we got a super chat. Shout out to Melissa. Celia, appreciate all the knowledge you guys share with us, both EYL and Ian. What do you think about store capital for long term? STOR.
No good.
No good. Not rocking with it.
And for those of you who want an explanation why, go to the 5-year. Please, I'm begging you. No good. It went from $40.96 and went to $18.27. That's where it's at today, low of 13. So analogy, if I'm averaging 40 preseason and I start averaging 18 during regular season, no good. I may be the 6th man, but I wasn't the star that I reported myself to be. It's not going to do well. You guys are going to see very quickly, like tech is going to be one of the few sectors that remains afloat through this pandemic that we're going through. But we did have a good YouTube comment from Charles. GG is good.
Okay. So
Doc Wheeler, what's going on?
Before we go to Doc, before I forget, EYL University Real Estate, our real estate group. We have a class this next Wednesday. It's a big one. How to build a $1 million real estate portfolio in 1 year with Tia Blair. Tia Blair is really dope out of Philly.
Right.
That's only for the real estate Facebook group. So you guys make sure that you tune in that. And then we got the estate planning for EYL University only, and that's tomorrow. No, that's Wednesday. Wednesday. With Sabine.
Our lawyer.
Yeah. So
our lawyer.
Those 2 classes is coming up exclusively for EYL University, guys. Make sure you tune in. If you're interested in joining EYL University, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Earn your leisure, EYLUniversity.com. We got a question from Doc. Doc, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, fellas? Can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you perfect.
Yes.
How you doing?
Perfect. Coming in. Yay. Ian, man. Love the Red Panda. Love EYL. Love everybody on this thing. This is phenomenal, man. I got caught up in COVID. Got laid off. Started like a few businesses and learning how to trade and everything. So just appreciate you guys for this platform. My question is for the legacy types of things. I got, some kids. So 3, 4, 5 years from now, got a daughter in college. She's going to graduate soon. And I got some kids that's going into high school and coming out. What's a great strategy to invest for them? And I guess how to start investing for minor accounts within whichever platforms, or just can you speak on that?
I'll let Rashad get into the UTMA conversation again whenever he wants to, but
UTMA and UGMAs, okay.
Yeah, but as far as like pick 2 quality companies and just invest every month for the next 10 years for them. I promise you they will thank you more than anything. Keep it very simple. Parents, I know you are afraid to begin investing. You don't want a complicated strategy because if it's complicated, you will not do it.
Got it.
Pick 2 companies that you will pick, one that you like, one that they like, put money into them each month and hold them for the next 10 years and you'll be good. You have to treat investing like the first
right.
that you pay. And I know you guys are tired of me saying that, but you're paying Con Ed and Georgia Power and everybody else first, and then those companies aren't going to do anything for your kids in 5 years.
Perfect. All right. Appreciate that.
All right. And Doc, if you get a chance, check out last week's episode. We actually spoke about UGMAs, and 529 plans on. So in the interest of time, probably won't cover it again like in detail like we did last week.
Okay.
But just last week, yeah. If you get a chance, check that out. It's a lot of information.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Man, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We got Cecilia. We coming to you.
Shout out to John Sally on the super chat.
Okay, can you hear me?
We hear you perfectly.
Yes,
oh, perfect. Thank you guys. I'm an EYL member and also Red Panda. I just had a question. I was looking at some 10Ks and just trying to read them. So like to do some research on a company. And so I'm looking at a company like maybe PayPal. It's like at 123, but what do I look at to find what would be a good interest rate? And what do I look at to be like, oh, you know what, this debt is too high? Or, so what would be the measurement of when would be a good time to enter? Or this company's overrated or it's underrated? What would I look at to find that information out?
PayPal, well, I'll have to show you how to read a chart, but if you guys can see I wish I can share my screen, but PayPal was at 123.66. I'll give you a freebie and just tell you should look to get into PayPal at 91 flat. If you do, you'll be good. 123 is too high because the all-time high is 124.45. So it's like a house being worth 124,000. They want you to pay 123. I want you to get a better deal than that. Wait for 91, but if you do, load the boat.
Now, how did you see that? Like just looking at that, like how can I do that?
I got a crystal ball. But, one of these Saturdays, I'll go through like because you guys have to be able to look at price and tell in real time if it's good or not. Maybe on one of the Market Mondays or one of the Saturday calls, I can show you how to like actually read the price and be able to tell how to do so. So if you guys want that, just put yes in the YouTube comments and maybe I'll be gracious enough to do it for free and guide you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Cecilia.
Shout out to Darnell on the super chat. Shout out to Shaq on the super chat. Shaq got a question on super chat. ROKU.
Roku. Yeah.
Roku.
Yeah. So that's
short-term trade,
streaming service.
Short-term trade or long-term hold? Again, basic question. What's your?
Nobody loves that stuff.
Roku is a better trade right now.
Better trade.
Yeah, better trade, and it's like in the middle at 124.30. I mean, if you can grab, if it goes back to 65 or 70, good, but do not buy it at 160. The high was at 176.55 last year. So in terms of a long-term hold, I don't love it from that perspective. Great trades on Roku, especially for those of you that are doing call and put options. It's some good momentum there.
Tiffany Dance, we coming to you. What's going on, Tiffany?
Hello, can you hear me?
We hear you perfectly.
Yep.
Awesome. I'm a healthcare worker, and I've been looking at a stock called Medtronic, or with the stock ticker MDT. What do you think about it?
It's a couple in that space that I like. Medtronic, I don't love. If you can get it at 75, I would hold it, but I don't love it. Yeah, but if you can hold it for 5 years, yes, but I don't love it right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That and a couple people have asked me about Stryker. I love Stryker for a long time. They're having some issues right now, so I would hold off Stryker as well until like 140 as well before you would buy Stryker. For those of you in the healthcare field that have access, Stryker makes all the beds, and they have like a legal monopoly on beds in hospitals. For those of you who don't know, good company, but right now they're getting beat up.
Jeffrey Sosa, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, my man? Hey, I just signed up 2 days ago, man, with EYL University, man. Thank you guys for dropping all the gems, adding value to everybody.
Appreciate
you. Thank you for being a part of the community. Appreciate it.
Welcome to the family, man.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah.
Got 160 in here right now. Welcome.
Great. My question is, I have some cash on the side, and I'm just starting to invest. Aside from my 401ks and so on, I have never invested like in the stock market like that, but I have some bad debt. Would you guys recommend to pay the debt first, or to start investing, trading, and to pay the debt?
Good question. Good question. Should you pay off debt before you start investing, Ian?
Right.
Some people argue yes, some argue no. I would take half and invest into the market, and I would take the other half and pay off the debt. Here's the reason why. I'm speaking specifically to Black and Latino communities. It takes us longer to get out of debt. So if it takes 10 years to get out of debt, you're going to miss 10 years of gains, where if our parents or grandparents would have been fortunate enough to have access to the information, it would be a lot easier for us to pay off debt in the interim. So I'm big on no debt. You guys know that, right? But if I can do it all over again, I would have started investing a lot sooner while I was on my debt-free journey. Like the debt-free scream is amazing, but it's better to have no debt and cash flow going for you at the same time. So I'll break it up into half and half.
Amen to that, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Jeffrey.
All right.
Asher, we coming to you. Asher, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, gentlemen?
Everything's great, man.
How's it going?
I want to thank you guys. I just joined Red Panda 2 weeks ago, and EYL. I've been following you guys since the inception, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Oh, definitely. My question is to Ian. I saw the post about the 10 shares or something like that, and I was pardon?
10,000?
I think it was like why price shop for shares, and I was thinking like if somebody's purchasing the same share, same amount of shares every month, doesn't the price normally go up, and doesn't it get expensive at that point if somebody's purchasing the same amount of shares every month? And without looking at the lows, I think there's something about not purchasing or watching the market to see if it gets too low or something like that. Am I mistaken?
I'm not sure what post you're referring to, if you can refresh my memory, but the thing is, like, let's say you're buying 10 shares a month.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, great, you made some progress, but most people stop at 10 or 20 because emergencies happen. So like this crazy Corona thing happened, then car breaks down, family needs money. So you need a certain amount of shares before you can even get to a position where you're able to retire.
Right.
And that's why, so the biggest issue, and I'm speaking because I'm Black, the biggest issue in our community is African Americans, why we don't have enough for retirement, because we don't invest. Like companies have spent billions of dollars to figure out how to extract money from us and to not put it into the market to work for us, whether that's investing in the stock market, real estate, life insurance. We spend almost all of our money out. So that's why I'm like, if we have to, because a lot of times we'll want to dig too deep and look at all the reports and do a ton of research, and then we end up not taking enough action. And then we all have relatives or family that we know that are 50 and 60 years old, and they don't have $9,000 for retirement. And they're like, man, I wish I would have started back. And that's why a lot of elders are telling me, baby, I love what you're doing, because I wish I knew this information. It would have been a lot better for me if I would have started investing in 89 and 90. So what we're talking about really is like dollar cost averaging.
Right.
You don't have to be a super trader. You don't have to be a super investor. You don't need VWAP and all these indicators, right? You don't need 3 monitors behind you. You are better off just getting 3 or 4 quality companies and buying them every month if you're not like a professional investor, and you'll be good. And you'll be good. And I'm speaking to our community, because this is not covered in school. And other schools of other races, this is integrated into their math curriculum already at 2nd and 3rd grade. So I don't have to reach them.
Created a university, man. That's
yeah, but I'm just talking to us.
That's a fact. Shout out to Enron 23136 on a super chat. He said, last week, Ian, last week you spoke about auto trading like the retirement picks. Do you mind expounding on how that process works on TDA? Are there things we should avoid?
Send me a message on Telegram. To navigate TD Ameritrade will take too long on here.
Telegram, that's a question for Telegram. Appreciate the super chat.
UIL Jamal.
Fellas, what's going on?
Good, brother.
Come on, brother.
What's going on? Listen, the information is great. It's good out there. Ian, fellas, I wanted to talk to you about we talked about as far as Warren Buffett. We went through it. One of the things, even for some of our, I wouldn't even say seasoned investors, but it could be for seasoned investors or short-term investors, but like taking some money off the table, right? So Ian, for me, it's like I have owned Apple and I have owned Facebook, right? Have like over the past few years, right? Is it worth taking some of that money off the table, meaning like taking profits from them, and then not necessarily keep it in the cash, but investing in some other opportunities that might have some more upside, whether it's short-term or long-term?
Facebook, I would take some profit off the table at 214.18. Apple, man.
Apple's long-term, right? Like we keep buying Apple, but I would say, just my question is, are there other opportunities out there that might be a little bit more appeasing? Because Apple's going to pay you a dividend. They don't want you to lose. It's something that you want to keep in your long-term investment, I would say, right? But from an opportunity, because I'm like you are, like tech, from a perspective of tech, are there other opportunities out in tech where you might start thinking about getting a larger return on something that's still growing and probably might take advantage of the pandemic?
Well, that even brings up a broader question, which is a good question, because that might just be a little individual as far as like what particular company. But the question, I think, brings up a broader point that a lot of people probably have when investing is, how do you know when to take money on an investment? That's probably like a big question that is out there. It's like, how do you know that, okay, now's a good time to actually take some money and not hold every single stock forever?
So I want you to separate it into 2 different baskets. So like the primary 4, or like my favorite 4, I classify those as retirement picks. Everything else is all-star. So like the top 4 are like my starting 4 or 5 picks that I'll have. Everything in your all-star, when it gets close to an all-time high, I either want you to take 25% off or 50% off. But a lot of times people are looking at that as trades. Like they're trying to, if you're trying to like liquidate to bring more capital in to get into another investment, that's good. But a lot of people end up swing trading, and that's a whole different conversation. But you guys can take 25% off. Use that capital.
25?
Yeah.
Yeah, good question, Jamal. Appreciate
you. Jamal, hit me up too, man. You ain't hit me up in a minute. We got to talk.
Jamal, we got a 8 o'clock call every day that me and Jamal do.
Man, y'all gotta link me in.
You know what? We're gonna tomorrow morning. You're gonna be on the call. That's a fact.
Somebody,
right, Small?
That's all day. You know that. I mean, it's money day every day, man. Listen, it's a trader's dream out there. Outside of like long-term investing, I got my long-term bucket. But then I also, if you could earn 2 to 3% compounded
it adds
every
up,
day,
man.
like it adds up. So
it adds up.
You know, don't be scared. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. So
what did you trade today?
Well, today I told you I played Raku today. ROKU.
Yeah.
I seen that they were down. I'm really dealing with technology, and right now, like I said before, because the Fed is willing to just pump trillions of dollars into the economy, I am currently buying on the down days. So if there is a down day, or there's certain stocks that have, you know, like you said, like not even machinery or anything like that. Or like if I could do something online, I am increasing my position. I might even put them into my long-term portfolio. But if I could do 2 to 5% per day, and if I can ride it up, I'll do that as well.
For my traders, technology stocks during this time, if you can look at the 1 hour chart or 15-minute chart, look for bullish momentum breakouts or look for bearish momentum breakouts. Tech and biotech are giving you a ton of plays. So like Roku today went from 115, jumped to 118, and then closed around like 124. For those of you that can trade, those breakouts will give you some good gains, some amazing gains if you're patient. And grabbing the dry race marker, mark off on your screen where you want to go in. When it breaks above that level, let it run, lock in profit, and you'll be good.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, they're going to be reporting their earnings on Thursday. Real cool.
We got 2 more questions, but one somebody on YouTube had a question. They said, "How do you call in?" So the people that you see calling in on Zoom, those are members of EYL University. Along with other things, those are one of the perks of being a member of EYL University, along with private sessions and access to our real estate Facebook group and workshop videos and all kinds of different stuff. So if you're interested in joining EYL University, I'll put the link in the chat. It's EYLUniversity.com. But yeah, that's for anybody that's wondering, like, while we're answering those questions.
Yeah, shout out to Tasha. She said she liked the YouTube comments so much that she signed into both Zoom.
Y'all crazy on YouTube.
Yeah, we doing the same thing because we reading them too.
Yeah.
So shout out to everybody that's doing both.
For sure.
Appreciate that. Leonard Perry, what's going on? I promise you, we're gonna get to every question.
Hey, gentlemen, how you guys doing today?
We great, man.
How are you?
Hey, thanks for doing all the hard work for us and guys' questions. I appreciate that.
Nah, no problem. Appreciate you.
I was looking at Pfizer and Abbott Labs, 2 pharmaceutical companies. What do you think about those two? And also, my second question would be dividends. What are good companies to invest in that offer dividends?
The dividends topic, I don't want to touch. I'm not a huge fan of most dividends, but the ones that most people talk about. If you have one in particular, let me know. Pfizer, I wouldn't touch. I would lean more towards Lilly, and that's not because I'm from Indiana, but Lilly is a better company. Let me look at Abbott for you real quick. But yeah, Abbott, amazing. I would do Abbott and Lilly, and I would leave Pfizer alone for right now.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Everybody on YouTube, go to the 5-year and look at Lilly and compare it to Pfizer and tell me which one is better. So you guys just don't think that I'm capping. But I want you guys to start looking at them in real time as people are calling them out so you can get more comfortable seeing them on your own.
Achille, what's going on?
Hey, how y'all living, man?
I got that right?
Achille, True Bill.
There it is.
How y'all living, son of man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
It's good, man. I'm glad to be on this platform, man. Y'all been doing some amazing things. I'm just so happy to be a part of this family, this community. I just seen one of y'all first webinars with Lord of the Slums. Gave out so much knowledge. I didn't even check that episode 20, so I'm just getting on top of that. But I just joined recently when y'all was having that sale. Also, shout out to Ian with the Red Panda family, a part of that as well. Check your emails, Ian. I've been screaming at you, babe.
I got you.
I know you're a little busy though.
I'm trying to get through everything. I'm trying. I promise.
Absolutely, I definitely understand that. So the question I have for the night, I know the last time we held the Market Mondays, we didn't really touch on the IPOs. I know, Ian, you was like, you don't like to really look into those too much if it don't really have too much history. Mm-hmm. But there is some things that are coming out that we can just go off as sake the market, like with Airbnb, DoorDash, Postmates, and it's another one that I had my eye on. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on the Airbnb? Or are we ever going to have any type of segment for Market Mondays that we just talk about IPOs and how to get into them if we're trying to catch it at an early stage?
I think a segment will be good. I mean, I'll definitely talk about with the guys, but I think that'll be a segment that's going to
Yeah, I think
that's something we actually are going to add. So right now we're just talking about the earnings. I mean, the earnings that are being reported, but the IPOs, if you look on the actual flyer that we have, IPOs is something we're definitely going to cover. So thank you for even asking.
IPOs we definitely going to cover that. I appreciate your question, though. Thank you.
No doubt.
One more question.
We got oh wait, Charmaine just put her hand down. I was coming to her. Malika. Let me see. Malika, what's going on?
Hi, good night. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
How are you?
Good. Just had a question about a particular stock, the Gilead stock. Ian, what do you think about that one?
Gilead, that's the big one.
They changed. They
That's the big
everybody
one.
going crazy last week. Ian, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I still, if you haven't got into it in the 70s, I'll say this: wait for 70 at 80.25. It is too high. Do not buy under any circumstances at 85 or 83. Do not touch at 85 and 83. It's okay if they come out with the drug that will lead to charge. Great, but I still don't love Gilead yet.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. I see you raising
85, please. I'm begging you guys.
Sabrina, you there?
Yep.
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you perfect.
Okay, my fault. When I first was on, I worked for Verizon, so I wanted to ask you about their stock. But what do you also think about DraftKings, Ian?
I like the potential of them a whole lot. I got to give it maybe about another week before I can see what the overall trend will be. Let me pull it up right now. So far it's been volatile. Like it shot up to 21 Monday and gapped down, and then it shot back up. It's super volatile right now. Give me about another week or two, but I would definitely put it on your watch list. But if you're looking for an area to potentially buy it, you can set like an order if it gets to like 18.50 or 19 to look to get into it. But yeah, but give me about another 2 weeks. Do not buy at 22.50 or 22 flat. It's too high.
Shout out to Nikia. I didn't see the super chat, but I guess she gave a super chat. Yeah, yes, the people that have access to the Zoom calls are EYL University members only. Those are the people that have access to the Zoom call. Everybody can watch it on YouTube, obviously, as anybody's watching on YouTube, but the Zoom is reserved for EYL University members. Shout out to Arthur. Appreciate the super chat. Shout out to Choice of Chance, our boy Kian. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you.
Charmaine, what's going on?
Hi guys, how are you doing?
We're great.
Awesome. Hi Ian.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing beautiful. I wanted to ask a question. I know you guys have been saying that there's going to be some earnings coming out, and you hear different things as we're approaching Thursday, and I'm trying to figure out what's the best plan of action for those companies that are going to announce their earnings. Do you continue to hold? Do you just wait, or do you not purchase until after? Because sometimes, depending on if there is a increase, you'll see a big jump in the stock. So how do I evaluate that?
What company are you looking at that's about to go through earnings? And I can tell you.
But you ran down on some of them earlier, and I missed them, so I have to go back to listen unless you.
I'll go down again. So we got Disney on Tuesday, Roku Thursday, Shopify Wednesday, Uber on Thursday, Beyond Meat tomorrow, PayPal Wednesday, Square Wednesday, Mondera on Thursday. One of those?
Yes, Disney for sure.
Okay.
Uber, I want to know how you feel. And you said Shopify.
Yeah. Shopify, I would hold as long as you can. Let me look at Uber real quick. Uber, don't love. Never have. Disney is going to be rocky, but for a 5-year hold Disney. Once the parks and everything get back open and they're able to generate revenue, Disney will be fine. They'll head back up into like the 130s probably in 24 to 36 months. But anything that is dependent upon people going to a physical location,
is
not good. But it's going to give you a good opportunity to buy them if you can hold them and sustain for that five-year period, and you'll be good. But Shopify, love. mRNA, love. So those are the ones I'm looking forward to. But with earnings, I don't think 3 months is a good measure of how to measure a company. That's why I'm big on looking at 60 months. Because if I'm evaluating a company or a player over a 60-month period, I know everything good and bad, every tendency. And that's why the ones that have been doing good the last 5-10 years continue to do so. And the ones that have not, like Under Armour that we touched on earlier, great product, they have not. But I love Shopify.
What was your position you said on Beyond Meat? I believe you said it's tomorrow.
Let me look. It's gonna be ugly.
Ugly. Okay.
Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you, guys. That's it, right? I think.
We gotta have like 2 more questions. Everybody in YouTube, type in the chat, what is your biggest fear about investing? Because I'm gonna go through and know what you guys are struggling with, and I'll be able to get some insight on that.
We got more questions.
We got a bunch of heads.
Yeah.
Josh, let's
All
go.
right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yo, keep the lights on. Let's do it. Josh, what's up?
What's going on?
How we doing?
We doing great, bro.
Good, man.
Good. I got 3 stocks I've been looking at. I wanted to know what was your view on Apple, Google,
Amazing,
and Snap.
Terrible.
Oh, okay.
Snapchat. What price did you get in the Snapchat at $9 or 10?
Nah, I got it at 15.
All right, you're in profit. You probably can hold for like the next.
My option is going well. I bought 4 contracts and I sold 2 when I made profit. I still got 2 holding.
Are you doing long-term holding of Snap at all or no?
Yes, I got it out to July.
Okay, it shouldn't be bad. I mean, they're bullish on a monthly cycle.
You know, Snap is extremely interesting company. It's almost at its 52-week high right now, and a few months ago it looked like Snapchat, like a year ago, like Snapchat was going to be dead.
We did an episode on
that.
it.
We did a whole episode on, like a year ago about how Snapchat was going to die and it was going to be over. And you don't even see people use. I don't see anybody using it. Everybody's on what's the other app? TikTok. I don't see anybody doing Snapchat anymore. But for some reason, their stock prices,
their earnings was up,
still going up. It's interesting.
Not bad. I wouldn't hold it. I wouldn't do it as a long-term play. You can definitely do it as the option. Same with Zynga. Like Zynga's booming like crazy, but Snapchat reminds me of Groupon.
Okay.
So be careful. But Apple and Google, absolutely amazing.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, Josh. We're going to try to run through these. Quantrell, I hope I'm saying that right. Quantrell, what's up?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
Yeah, appreciate everything you guys do. Quick question for Ian. I just got into EYL University, like, I think Friday. Missed out on the sale for the stock club. You got any resources for someone that's new to investing that I can go and read up on or anything like that?
Yeah, but the book Money Master the Game is probably the best book. I can tell you to read on investing, and also if you sign up for joinredpanda.com, as soon as you sign up for the VIP list, the 2-hour training that I did a couple months ago, you'll get that automatically in your email that breaks almost everything down that you'll need to know, and it's absolutely free. And there's no upsell on it.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Appreciate you, Quantrell.
Somebody had a question on YouTube. There's only one level. They said what level of EYL University allows you to ask questions. There's only one level. So that's it. So that's it. All the information is on the website, but it's only one level.
Linda, what's going on?
Hey.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly.
Everything. Ian, it sounds like I may need to like revisit my Red Panda. I feel like real estate comes to me easy. Don't have to think twice about it, up and down. What is the most basic level? I don't know if there's any other listeners who are struggling, but I transferred like $1,000 into the Robinhood account. Yeah. I'm just waiting to pull the trigger because the prices you gave us, I'm like double dutch. Like, I don't know if I should jump in the road. And
where do you live?
Jersey.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
So I'm just really, is there some, do I need to pick up an investing for dummies or something? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really struggling. I don't want to pull the trigger at the wrong, go
Yeah.
super high based on the prices that you gave. And the other question I wanted to know was, I know you said start with Robinhood, but then I read some things about Robinhood where you can't identify any beneficiaries. Do you still think that that's the place that I should start, or should I go to a different platform?
Yeah, start there to get comfortable, because if I take you to TD Ameritrade, you're gonna feel like you're driving an alien spaceship day one, and you're really gonna be upset. So, as far as waiting for prices, so you do real estate investing, flips or rentals?
No, agent and recent purchaser. But I'm saying I understand it much more fluidly than I do stocks.
Okay, so it's no different. So let's say you're taking me through Parsippany, and give me the median price for homes in Jersey that you're showing.
Well, let's go to Essex County and let's say 350.
Okay, so if you
multifamily,
and if someone wants to get a good deal at 275, should they wait for the 275 deal, or should they pay 358 for that unit?
it depends on what their goals are.
But if you can get the discount, they'd rather get the discount, right?
Absolutely.
So the only thing I'm advising you to do is wait to that price, because for those of you that invest in real estate, it's the same thing. You don't want to overpay for an asset. And this is one of the biggest things. Let's go back to Buffett. Buffett owns a ton of shares in the market. Guess what he also owns? A ton of real estate.
Right.
Has one of the biggest portfolios. So the same way you would evaluate a home and wait for a certain price to get a deal on it, you want to wait for that stock too. So I know you're itching to get started.
Yes.
One of the biggest lessons you'll see even from Buffett, sometimes it's okay to wait until you get the price that you want so you don't burn through your cash.
Okay, and I know I probably have to be up at the crack of dawn in order to get in on Saturday, but will you be going over charts with us anytime soon?
Yes, I will. I'll be doing it Saturday just for you. I promise you.
Awesome.
And I got more room on Zoom now, so I can hold 1,000 people.
Look at that, Linda.
Oh, thanks, because that 300 was killing me.
Right.
Look at God.
So Linda, you're not the only one. I was left outside when it was 300. I couldn't get in the room. So you're not the only one. Don't worry.
No, I went first. I was there waiting before he got there, and I went to the bathroom and came back, and it was a wrap.
That was it.
Oh,
thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Nikia, what is it? Nikia. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're referring to. The super chat says 300. I have no. You just asked a super chat question, and you gave $20. So I'm not sure.
Rachel.
But no, we got a question
okay.
on super chat. I think it's gonna be a last question. I want to give you two some love. Shout out to Keyshawn Bennett. Keyshawn. Shout out to Keyshawn. CCL. He said they bought them at $10, sold all last week when the market shot up. Would you invest in CCL?
If you bought at 10 and sold last week when the market shot up, you are a good investor because it's coming down. It's at 14.
But I'm about to ask a question on Zoom.
You got it at a good price. I wouldn't touch Carnival until it became probably at $7 flat. So I know everyone's hyped about the headlines and
well, they said that they're gonna start having ships come out of Texas and Florida at the beginning of August. Is that what they're saying?
Yep.
And then the rest of a few other ports throughout the world at the end of August. But we're still in May, so that's a long time from now, and we'll see. I mean,
honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If you think that Carnival is going to be a home run, buy it. Let's have a conversation in 2 months. I screamed for 8 weeks, don't touch airlines. And it wasn't until Buffett came out and said, well, I got my ass kicked, that everyone listened. It's no different. Like Carnival, and I have a theory, and I don't want to get into it here too deep, but I think a lot of these companies are being pushed upon us so people can exit them and take profit on their positions. Because why isn't anyone proclaiming the best companies to get in for the next 2 and 3 months? It's the same ones: oil, cruise lines, airlines. There's some other good tech. Like you guys haven't mentioned any biotech. Go look at the biotech sector. So this is homework for everybody on YouTube. Go pull up 20 biotech companies and look at the 5-year month and see which ones have a good chance of doing well over the next 2 years. But cruise lines and airlines is not it. It's not it right now. And we're going to be profitable. Trust me, I'll be buying them. I'm money biased.
Shout out to Matthew on the super chat. He said, "Is Red Panda 297 ready to join now on the Red Panda website?" Where Red Panda, that sale was 4 weeks ago.
That's gone, brother.
And then there was a 347 sale 2 weeks ago. So that 297 is has been vanished.
Yeah, it's long gone. But you go to joinredpanda.com and sign up for the stock club.
Shout out to Trop 100 on a $100 super chat. He said, I have no question.
Just want to support.
Just want to support those who support me. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, bro. Rachel, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
What's up?
Thank you guys, all three of you, so much. I just joined EYL University. Very excited about that, and very excited about all that you guys are doing and how you've been pouring. Can you hear me?
I said, welcome to the family.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. I had a question for Ian. I wanted to know what he thought about OPK.
Let me look at it. I got asked about this one a couple of days ago. Don't do it. If you're in already, take profit tomorrow. But the high 5 years ago was 19. And for all my traders, it's been a descending bearish slide. So whether you guys like flag plays, look at the 5-year month. It went from 19, it's at 236 now. Last month it was at $1.12. It was a good trade, but not a good investment. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Not for long term. And no, it's not going to go back up.
Appreciate you, Rachel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got Ian Smith coming in.
So they calling for a Memorial Day sale. Throwing it out there if you're interested.
I mean, if y'all want to do like a 12-hour flash sale, y'all can't do the bro. I forgot because bro, I was in the backyard smoking and I forgot. Like y'all have to come through. Shout out to all my ball, and it was some ball players too. Like bro, bring the price down. I'm like, bro, you spent that at the club anyway. So maybe.
Yo, Ian, what's up? Go ahead, Ian.
Ian, what up?
Ian, you gotta unmute yourself. Oh, he fell asleep at the wheel. He fell asleep at the wheel.
Let's do one more question. I said that like 30 minutes ago.
But... Dwayne, we coming to you. What's up, Dwayne? Oh no, don't tell me he fell asleep at the wheel.
Next one up.
Well, we can do one on YouTube if they have one. Shout out to everybody. And then I want to shout out my mom, dad, brother, Xander. Hey, baby.
Yeah, and everybody in EYL University. When we say super chat, that's from YouTube. The people on YouTube, they kindly just donate to the team. So I want to shout out to everybody on YouTube that's in here right now and everybody that's put on a super chat. We appreciate y'all so much. Who's this? Mike D?
The sale not gonna be cheap either if we do it. I'm letting y'all know.
What's going on?
Mike,
what's up?
Nothing much, man. I just want to know, I want to say thank you for real, for all of y'all. But honestly, I just want to know, how do you invest in blockchain? Not Bitcoin, but blockchain.
You got to send me a message on Telegram, man. That's a deeper conversation deeper than like a 2-minute answer.
Fair enough.
Because blockchain has been in existence before. It got popular. A lot of companies have been using it for years. Blockchain is a good investment. It's just layered in how to do it, man. It's not as easy as everyone makes it out to be.
Fair enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we can do one more, since that wasn't like a real answer.
All right.
Who's it? They gotta unmute themselves though.
If we go on a trip though, Rashad, and I need the 500 to get bailed out though, you gonna bail me out?
That was a long time ago. That was my college. I was struggling. See,
I should do a whole reenactment of that scene because it was, he literally didn't move. He's like, now you can see us. He was like this. I said, yo, bro, he gonna go to jail. We need this money. He was like,
that's funny. Y'all have some story. I'm waiting to hear this Meek Mill story myself too.
Yo, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna tell you that story off air. We gotta tell you that.
No joke, though. I promise you, when we got off IG that night, my wife was like, "What's the Meek Mill story?" I'm like, "Nah, we can't even talk about that. You don't even know the story." So
y'all have some legendary stories. That LA story was crazy too.
LA story.
I'm like, what y'all want him to do? Jump on the dude? I'm like,
exactly.
Yo, bro, I turned around. I'm looking like
can't move too fast, man.
Nah, we're gonna tell you that.
That's
that
funny.
Story. Shout out to Emmanuel on the super chat check-in. Appreciate it. All right, this is the nightcap. Where we going?
We went to Ian. He unmuted himself and then he muted himself again.
Dwayne.
Hello.
All right, here you go. Ian, what's up?
Ian, what's going on, brother?
How you doing? Grand Rising Kings. Hey, Ian, brother, it's more of a technical question as far as the formula to determine your profit and loss. How do you determine your contract size, if that's the proper way to ask it?
You doing futures?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are you trading?
See, can you get because I'm new on the TD Ameritrade with the Think and Slow. Yeah. So
are you practicing?
Yes, I'm practicing right now, and I'm trying to, get down everything and try to understand fully this whole, the trading game. But that was really confusing me as far as that formula. How do you determine that? Because I see examples, but I can't just kind of figure that out. So that's
First thing first, I need you to go to ninjatrader.com. I'm not an affiliate, I don't get paid, but the contracts are cheaper. So if you're trading ES is like $7,000 per contract. If you intraday trade on Ninja, it's $500 per. I want you to practice doing 10 contracts. For all of my traders, you have to practice doing size first. So when you scale back to doing like 1 to 4 contracts, it's a lot easier. Same thing in options. Like if you guys are going to practice trading options, you have to do 10 to 20 contracts to then feel comfortable to easily trade 1 to 4. So I will go to ninjatrader.com, number 1, practice with 10. I would take 20 practice trades, and then you'll be fine. For those of you on Mac, you can use VMware, Parallels, etc. But for the money that you could make on the future side, it's worth to get a PC if you need to make that upgrade. And then every Monday, our room is open. So if you need help, I can kind of guide you through there, and then I'll give you that strategy I talked about on a podcast when I first was on Earn Your Leisure. So,
hey, Ian, that when you and Jay the Trader, right?
Yep.
That's what y'all do. Yo, I watched y'all do that for an hour. I was just fascinated trying to learn, man.
Trading?
Yeah, it was like, it's crazy because like y'all multitasking and doing it and having like these real good conversations. I'm like, yo.
I mean, but we all got kids. So like when I had Xander, like I would have to trade, then drive him to daycare 40 minutes away, come back, get back to trading and do other business. So you just learn how to, the same thing like if you're in a studio with a rapper, then they're making beats over here and then they come up with the lyrics in their head.
Yeah.
Once you have your process down, you'll learn how to multitask and you'll be able to look at a chart real quick. And it's like yes or no and wait for my trade. But once you dig in deep and know your routine, it
was great.
Thousands of hours of practice.
The other day I was listening to him talking about how he played music. I was like, yo, this is dope. Shout out to him, man. I really enjoyed watching him.
Shout out to Kwani on the super chat. Is Ford dead? Yeah, I think Ford's dead. So
we ain't gonna ask him. We know
Ford and GE's over. I mean, I feel bad for everybody they're laying off. But Ford's dead. I've been saying that GE's dead. They're laying off 20%, 25% of the aviation unit. It's bad out here. Like I don't think you guys realize this is probably the second worst economy since the Great Depression. This is way worse than 08. It's way worse. It looked like child's play in comparison to 08. And I'm not being sensational.
No, it's a fact.
Time.
Shout out to Mark Monroe, $100 super chat. Mark's a legend.
Mark the legend.
Mark, what up?
Mark's a legend.
Mark's a legend.
That's a fact.
All right.
Yeah, we broke a record. This is our longest market Monday.
Our longest market Monday.
Our most viewed market Monday. Our most attended market Monday from our EYL University team.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
Every week, man, we doing something special.
It's getting bigger and bigger, man.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Building on the momentum. Ian, appreciate you. Always a pleasure. You have anything that you want to make the people aware of? Any announcements, anything?
Check me out on Instagram this week. I'll be back on my IG live tour at some point.
Okay.
I need y'all to read Money Master the Game. It's not my book. I don't get any money.
Money Masters of the Game.
Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. The best book, I think, on investing. I know you guys want to go through Audible, but it will be worth your time and worth your retirement portfolio to actually read the book. It'll make your investing journey a hell of a lot easier. But I appreciate all of you. Shout out to my family. Shout out to everybody back home in Chicago. Shout out to all my friends. I love y'all. Shout out Red Panda. I love y'all.
Red Panda team is in here heavy. They in YouTube crazy too. Shout out to the Red Panda team.
Shout out to everybody with the crazy comments on YouTube too. I love y'all.
Shout out to Mark Monroe, another $100 super chat.
Marcus
came in.
Legendary. Yeah, I want, and before we go, I just want to give a huge thank you and a shout out to everybody that is in the healthcare profession that is, keeping us safe and risking their own health to make sure that it stays that way. So everybody that is in the healthcare profession, we thank you. Last week we did we gave away to some people in need, and we're gonna continue doing that this week. So I would say, if you're in a position to help those in need, whether it's offering lunch to a hospital or just helping out somebody that is in dire need of help. We encourage that. And like I said last week, and every time we get on here, make sure you check on the people you love and the people you know, right? You never know what one phone call can change. So check in on people. Like I said, a lot of people living in social isolation, and that's not the way that the world's supposed to be. So make sure you check on your loved ones and check on the ones that you care about every chance you get. Go through your contact list and do it, for sure.
Atlanta, Gary, Indianapolis, Chicago, Houston, stay in the house. Stay in the house. I'm begging y'all, please.
Stay safe out there, man.
Truck drivers too. Shout out to y'all. I spoke to Alex the other day. Yeah, shout out to, because the conditions that they're working in right now, they're almost like a forgotten population. But our truck drivers that are out there delivering the medical cares and delivering the food, we appreciate y'all too, definitely.
Jamal and Troy, y'all start hitting me up, man. I'm family.
Oh, you gonna be here tomorrow morning? I know how it's gonna go. I called Jamal on his. He was doing his morning walk. So I called you and I told you, I'm like, I bought a bike. We're gonna be out there biking.
That's dope.
Now Jamal's like, yo, he's gonna be part of that too. So I called him on his morning walk this morning, and we had a conversation. And usually around midday, we're like, yo, how's it looking? And I could tell how his day's going by the way he sounds.
Yeah.
It's always like, oh man, God. Man. But definitely, we're gonna hit you up.
I appreciate it. I love y'all.
All right, bro.
The legend, Ian. Peace.
The legend himself. Yeah.
Over and out.
Another successful Market Mondays for everybody. And this video will be replayed on YouTube, so you can check that out. And don't forget, EYL University members, we got a lot of stuff this week. We have an estate planning with Sabine, a class on Wednesday. That's exclusively for EYL University members. And then next Wednesday, we have a class on how to build $1 million real estate portfolio in 1 year with Tia Blair.
Shout out to her.
Philly. Matt does a bunch of stuff every single week. You got the book club and the movie club.
Yeah, we're going to announce it on Wednesday, and then we're going to do our review on Sunday at 3. And that's been crazy. Last week was the largest audience we've had. I shouldn't even say audience, the largest community we had, because it is a community gathering. And like I said, if you're in the real estate group and you didn't check out Janet's review of what happened on Sunday, go there now. Go to the Facebook page.
The review.
Go look at the review. I read the whole thing myself. I was just like, yo, I came up with the questions and she literally answered them and put them out there for everybody to share. She took notes. She had your notes at the bottom.
The Facebook group has turned into a whole community.
Yeah.
The Facebook group has turned into a whole community, and it's dope because it's so many different people in there and people's answering each other's questions, and it's really, really dope. So if you're a member of EYL University, make sure you take advantage and
Linda knows. She said her notes are bananas.
Request to join the Facebook group. That's one of the benefits that you get to be an EYL University member. So I'm really, really proud of that Facebook group, man. It's growing really, really rapidly. And like I said, it's still on sale. The price that EYL University is at right now, I mean, for the information, if you just go on the website and you see all of the courses that's already there.
Yeah, somebody said the McDonald's course, and McDonald's course was crazy.
Yeah, it's no way that it's still underpriced right now.
Definitely.
Price is going up again.
I ain't gonna tell y'all when.
Price is gonna go up again. So yeah, we appreciate everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. A big episode for us. Amazon, how to be a seller on Amazon, how to make $100,000 a month being a seller on Amazon.
Y'all been asking.
Tomorrow's a big podcast episode. Make sure you check it out on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube podcast. Don't forget about the podcast. That's what started all of this.
Yeah.
We're never gonna stop the podcast.
That's the tree. Everything else is the branch.
Yeah.
Patreon members, if you're in here, you're a Patreon member. You'll have that probably first thing tomorrow morning, if not later tonight. But that will definitely be up on Patreon. So definitely be on the lookout for that. A lot of people was asking about the episode. I almost gave a little bit away during the movie review, and I said, nah, y'all gotta wait. Y'all gotta wait till Tuesday at 5.
Tomorrow's a big one. It's a really big one. How to make $100,000 a month being an Amazon seller from your home, starting with $1,000.
$1,000.
Check it out. Stay at home business, stay at home entrepreneurs is huge right now. And Amazon's the biggest of the biggest. So it's really a lot of dope information in that episode. That episode is out tomorrow at 5
Tomorrow
o'clock
at 5.
Eastern Standard. Check it out.
All platforms. Somebody asked where? All platforms.
Every single platform, every podcast platform, and on YouTube. So if you want to listen to it, Apple, Spotify, Podbean, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch it, check it out on YouTube. But tomorrow's a big one.
Definitely appreciate y'all support. Appreciate y'all love, and we're gonna see y'all.
Peace.
Peace.